Ooh, ooh. Have you ever signed YouTube? Because now I have to. I'm going to attempt. I'm on 13 seconds in, but my thing is not working. My True TV's on, right? Oh, wait, I think it is on. There is a long delay here. Now I'm just waiting for somebody to get kicked on, right? I don't know how to do that. Live chat with people is right there. Let's talk about how to heal. Patrick Lerouge. Live stream. Stream options. Okay. Now we're up. Basic info. Encoder. I think I am ready to go. All right, so we're a minute in, and this is pretty much just a test. And I'm going to be talking about all sorts of things that make you heal. And I think the greatest thing that I can do right now in this whole testing aspect is just talk about a lovely thing that I've learned or I was brought aware of through storytelling. So I went to a party, had a couple drinks. I mean, someone asked me the lovely question that is very hard for me to answer. What do you do? So what I answered, being that I was a couple drinks in, I was having fun, I was relaxing, is that I told this girl that I've helped people live and move pain free. And normally I'd go into this all gobbledygook about what I do and all these stuff, but I didn't really want to do that. So I ended up just saying, you know what, I teach people how to heal. And a lot of people ask me, oh, so what is this, what is that? And then I just said, I teach people how to heal, but it's not about what to do, it's how to do the things that's already in place. And that changed the dynamic altogether of what I thought about what I do. Because everyone knows the little things that they need to do. The foam rolling, the striker pulling, the trigger. Those are little what's to do. It's just how you do them is the biggest thing, right? It's the biggest concept that you have to start really thinking about. And a lot of people realize that they don't like making mistakes. They think mistakes is wrong. But you look behind me, there's a poster inside my office. As you can see, I'm inside my office. Um, that mistakes are proof that you're trying. And that's the only way that you're able to learn, right? That's the only way that you're able to do anything. That's what the brain does. And we all forget about the concept that we have to learn, consistently learn. And the way that your brain learns is by making mistakes and course correcting. So everyone's afraid to make mistakes. The way I teach people and the way I do things is by saying, live your life experience, but stay mindful, stay what's happening within yourself, because that's the only way you're truly going to learn. So when we're talking about pain relief, you're going to try something and then you're going to get up and see, how did it work? How did it feel? And then course correct from that. That's the only way you're going to learn. If I just teach you the exact level to do it, you're going to do it, but you're not going to realize why it worked, as well as how to adjust it when it no longer works. So I went through so many different courses, so many different things, and they taught me exactly what to do, and nothing really kind of stuck, because sometimes it changed, sometimes it didn't. And when it didn't work, I was just like, fuck, now what? Sorry about that. Like, now what? What do I do? How do I work? And then it became an issue on, now I have to start all over. I have to start doing this. I have to start doing that. And it never really truly worked in the aspect of like always becoming sustainable. And I talk a lot about vitality in my courses, and a lot of things on your body's supposed to be able to function on its own and do the things that it needs to do consistently. Like, it consistently breaks things down and regenerates things at the same time, but it does it at such a level that it's always balanced out, aka homeostasis, right? We have to get in the understanding that nothing's ever going to be right all the time. We have to understand when it comes down, we have to help it back up. And that's what I do. That wasn't as long as I said to the girl, but in essence, is I teach people how to heal, not by giving them another thing to do, another what to do. So what do I do here? So you do that. What do you do here? But it's not about getting the next what, which is like a fad device. It's more like this is how your body functions. If you do that, it will start to work on its own. That's what we lost trust in. We lost trust that our body can take care of ourselves. And the reason why we lost trust in that is because we keep on doing things. We keep on just doing things, doing things, and doing things. And there's so much onslaught on the body. The body doesn't really know what to do, so it starts to protect itself. And it protects itself by throwing out all these other devices, like pain. Pain is not there to stop you or debilitate you. It's there to actually tell you something's up, right? That's what we have to remember. So when we get pain, we're like, oh wait, something's going on. What could be happening? Right? Like, oh man, I gotta make it stop. So we take a drug or we take something really, really fast to make it go away rather than learning from it by making mistakes and saying, you know what, that didn't work. What else could be happening? So I now broaden that thought process. I broaden it all together by getting people to now no longer focus on the symptoms, get them to focus on the system. So let's just out of the blue, just for this test, I don't want to go much longer because I want to see what this actually looks like and stuff like that. I want you to actually think about, you get a pain. Everyone thinks, oh, I have to deal with something. Let's say I have a back pain. And what you do is like, all right, I need to do something for the back pain. I want you not to shift your mindset from saying symptom, back pain, to system. I have a muscular issue. How can I get my muscular system better? I can do something in the movement category. Now I'm telling you actually my program a little bit. Oh, so I get people to start thinking about in systems. And in that system, I want you to think within my world now. I teach people you have to deal with the muscular system, the respiratory system, the circulatory system, all the digestive system. You want to start thinking all that if you want to deal with the human body, the spiritual world. You can do all those. Once you pick a system, then you have to bring it back down into the concept of what can I do in the system? What tools do I have? So that's where I was coming in. And then you want to think muscular. All right, now I'm in the muscular system for the body. What does it take to get the whole entire muscular system to work better? Muscular system needs three things. It needs to move, it needs to contract, it needs to communicate. Moving is foam rolling because you're going to get the fascial system to open and close, open and close. And there's different intricacies in that. And that's what people focus on. They focus on, why do you do this? You foam roll because of that. And you have to get that right. You have to realize foam rolling does one of the three things a muscle needs to function. Foam rolling does one of the three things the muscle system needs to function. And once you get that concept down, then you can say, number two, I need a muscle system to contract properly, which is an aspect of trigger point work. Getting a muscle to no longer hold tight, but be able to elongate and contract. Elongate and contract. You need to unbreak that bond it has. And those are known as trigger points, knots, whatever you want to call it. But you want to think it as the muscle system is no longer opening and closing. So first, you have to get it to move. Second, you have to get it to uncontract itself. Third, you got to get it to communicate, which is in the aspect of stretching. And everyone thinks flexibility is stretching. But if you don't have 1, 2, and 3, you'll never get flexibility. Flexibility is how all three of them work together, homeostasis. Because have you ever seen someone that's over flexible? They don't have the strength. They don't have the contractile aspect to hold their flexibility. So they get pain because of that. On the outside is they don't have the people that can't move and they're always finding themselves always like this is because they're fascially bound and everything is holding tight. When we're talking about stretching, we have to get one area to communicate with the next area and hold each other down. So in order to stretch somebody, I get people to think about, I'm going right into teaching now, I'm sorry. Think about with stretching that you have to have a slingshot. In that slingshot, you have to hold something steady and pull something to get the stretch, to get power to go through. Which all three, right? All three things. You got to get something to move, got to get something to contract, and get something to communicate and run through. You need all of that to get your body to really move better. That's going to be the key, right, to getting things to move. And that is my rant for today. Let me actually see how this works. And whoever watches this, thank you. I have no clue what's about to happen, but I think this is going to be my way of talking to you guys and working with you guys, and hopefully this works. Now I have to figure out how to turn you off. Oh, hi. Output.